One of the biggest hurdles in learning how to live a life of presence is running into paradox, that universal contradiction that drives your structured, organized mind mad when all it wants is clean, logical answers. A equals A, B equals B. As your awareness expands, you're likely to come across this often misunderstood quandary. In order to receive what you truly want, you need a strong desire, a complete belief that it's already yours, and at the same time, a total detachment from ever needing it. To the rational mind, that sounds impossible. It's like being told to go left and right at the same time. But here's the thing, paradox is more common than you may realize. We already live with it every single day, and most of the time we accept it without question. Here are some examples. Take discipline and freedom. They sound like opposites. Discipline means following rules, schedules, practice. Freedom is spontaneity, creativity, doing whatever you like. Yet every musician knows the more disciplined your practice, the more freedom you have to improvise. Every athlete knows the more rigid your training, the more effortless your performance feels. Freedom and discipline go hand in hand. Or think about the old phrase, less is more. We all know it's true. Cut back on clutter, simplify your schedule, let go of unnecessary obligations, and somehow life feels bigger, not smaller. Minimalism proves that by subtracting, we actually add. Relationships reveal paradoxes too. You have to let go in order to hold on. The British singer Sting once famously sang, "If you love someone, set them free," which confused a lot of people. What he is actually saying here is that to find a deeper, more meaningful love, both you and your partner need to be your complete authentic selves. The moment that you allow your insecurities to restrict the natural flow of love by restricting your partner's freedom, then the breakdown begins. The paradox being that in order to find deep, meaningful love, you need to let go of the need to have it. Then there's happiness. Everyone's chasing it, but the harder you chase, the faster it runs. The pursuit of happiness is often the surest way to miss it. But when you stop the chase, when you're simply present and open to what is, happiness sneaks up and taps you on the shoulder. Vulnerability is another paradox. We grow up thinking vulnerability is weakness. Don't show fear, don't cry, don't admit you're struggling. And yet, the people we admire most are the ones who open up, the ones who show their wounds. Somehow, letting yourself be seen, flaws and all, is the very thing that makes you strong. Even silence is a paradox. How can silence be louder than words? But anyone who's sat in a tense meeting knows the loudest statement is often the one not spoken. And the most moving part of a song can sometimes be the pause, that space where nothing happens and everything is felt. Then there's the great paradox of change. Everyone knows that change is inevitable, and yet, to avoid disappointment, we resist it for fear of the unknown. The paradox being that true happiness can only be found by the acceptance of change. So paradox isn't some mystical, faraway notion. It's woven into daily life, which brings us back to the paradox of presence, the place where desire, belief, and detachment all meet. The reason why paradox feels uncomfortable is because the ego constantly strives for control. And confusing contradictions are beyond the ego's limited surface understanding. The primary goal of your ego is your physical survival. So in order to maintain this, it needs to make sure that you're always seen as the strongest. The freedom of letting go with presence creates a paradox, which your ego sees as a defensive breach that needs to be shut down, contributing to your confusion. Presence is the space where paradox stops being a riddle and starts being an experience. It's where freedom and discipline aren't enemies but partners, where letting go and holding on exist in the same breath, where happiness arises and is no longer chased, where strength is revealed through vulnerability, where silence is as powerful as sound. When you're present, paradoxes no longer need to be resolved. They simply dissolve. Life reveals itself as it is, fresh and immediate, without needing to match any picture in your mind. In presence, there is the simple recognition that what you are seeking is already here, and that you are both the path and the arrival. So, if you find yourself wrestling with contradictions, don't panic. Don't force them to line up neatly. Paradox isn't a problem to solve. It's a doorway for you to recognize the irrelevance of words, a doorway that leads exactly to where it always has, into the freedom of presence.